What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday, 7/7 in the Big 2-6, and it's 7 p.m., which means it's time for the Hat and Beard Show. That's what you're here for. I'm James with the Hat and Beard Show. You're an attentive audience. We are going to do the absolute best that we can do to get through today without getting too pissed or fist. You know what I'm saying? Just a little irritated with things outside of the Hat and Beard Show, but it is what it is, and we will make the absolute most chicken salad that we can make out of things over here. You know what I say? You know what I mean? We will first be talking about how the Texans view Monte. Oh, Demo, why'd you have to go? But I understand. But David Montgomery is viewed as a 3-down back by Houston, and yeah, he is. He's the man. Demo is the absolute man. He's the man. I was even the wrong camera view. We are just absolutely all over the place here, fellas. But why would, if David Montgomery is a 3-down back, getting a cool little $16 million contract, why would the Detroit Lions trade him for a 4th, a 7, and seeing if the juice is worth the scrugs? Well, that's because, according to SI over here, guys, Detroit, one Lions player that could earn first All-Pro nod in the Big 2-6. Do we really have to consider who it is? I'm going to let you go ahead and mull that one over, because it's a hard one. Boy, that's a difficult one to try and crack. That's a tough egg to crack right there. I think I've left enough breadcrumbs out for you guys to figure out who she is. And then we will head over to... Now, full disclosure. I did not want to talk about more defensive backs. I am so tired of talking about defensive backs. I kind of feel like 2026 is going to be the year of us talking about defensive backs, whether it be how good or bad they're playing. And then come next year, free agency, draft, it's going to be all cornerbacks. For that's neither here nor there. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But that was before I stumbled across Mike Payton. The slipper over there at A to Z Sports. These are the last 5 cornerbacks the Detroit Lions should sign. There's no shortage of cornerback names being floated after the the idiot situation. The problem is some of the most popular suggestions, like these 5 guys, are also some of the worst fits for what Detroit actually needs. I gotta admit, when I read this article, I was like, damn. Tell us how you really feel, Mike. Mike Payton, the slipper. Sorry, Mike the slipper Payton. Dude, he really nailed it. Really nailed it. So we're gonna go ahead and read that at the end of the show, right? That'll be our final segment of the night, but I appreciate you guys. Hey, there is a pollery-dolery-doo up in the chat over here at Mad Hatter Nation. Cheers to, if you didn't see the news, Amon-Ra St. Brown on getting engaged. Look at him go. Hooray! Amon-Ra St. Brown, let's go. Giving you 3 options to pick from. 10 votes cast already. You can vote cheers, or no, I'm a Bears fan. So far, 10% of you are Bears fans. So one of you in the chat is a Bears fan. I understand why you'd be salty about our St. Brown being awesome and your St. Brown not really ever working out. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad tale, a sad story of the Twin City not really working out. But hey, what you gonna do? If you want to engage with Mad Hatter Nation over in the chat at YouTube, you're gonna have to put a little foreskin in the game. Gonna have to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, right? You're gonna have to subscribe to the channel. While you're there, go ahead and click that notification button, turn that bad boy on so that you don't even have to think about it. It's gonna just send you a notification. Just send you a notification directly to your mobile device. All you gotta do is click that bad boy at 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, right here at YouTube, Rumble, and Kick. We're trying to get to the big 1K. The big 1K. Oh, yeah, the big 1K. Oh, brother, if we could just get to the big 1K before the start of the regular season, then the cream's really going to rise to the top. You know what I'm saying? But if we're going to do that, I'm going to need you at home to go ahead and hit the share button. Copy that link down on your clipboard below, or share it around with absolutely everybody you've ever met. That would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. It'd be pretty cool if you went ahead and did that. Cool. Thanks, bud. You know what I'm saying? Now that we've done that stuff, stuff, and things, now we're going to go ahead and get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Yo ho ho, Brent Supreme, Mr. Detroit City, Rick C's hanging out. My mom's here. How you doing? Day Tequa. Don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, I do agree with you. Jahmyr Gibbs is a 4-down back. Hell, I'm even going to take it a step further, brother. In the Big 2-6, Jahmyr Gibbs is the unicorn, the 5-down running back. That's right, he's 5 downs capable. That's how good Jahmyr Gibbs is, dude. You know what I'm saying? He transcends the game. God, I hope he doesn't get hurt, dude. Oh, my God, I hope he doesn't get hurt. And I do have to agree with Rick C. Guys, if you didn't know, marriage is, in fact, the number one cause of divorce. Look at the stats, dude. By the numbers. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, so over here at NFL.com, Texans view Monty as a 3-down back. The Houston Texans traded for David Montgomery, totally called it, this offseason to provide oomph to a backfield that struggled to gain any traction in 2025. Get it? Because running the ball, you got to have track. Yeah. He's a 3-down back. Texans running back coach and assistant head coach Danny Barrett told Aaron Wilson he can do it all. It first starts with his mentality. He comes to work every day. Same guy every day. How can I get better? The first team meeting we had, we talked about how we can get better. He wants to be the best. Leave a mark on the game, but also helping the young guys develop that mindset. He's going to finish every run. He's going to finish every block. And he's just that type of mentality that he's brought to our room, and then he's going to carry us to the next level with the talent that we have. After seeing his snaps siphoned off last season with the Lions, Montgomery read the tea leaves. Unfortunately, personally, we all know that those tea leaves were published by Johnny Mo Screens. Don't throw the screen, Johnny Mo Screens. Detroit was going to give Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions the share of the workload, leaving Montgomery as the true backup. He wanted a larger role, so he requested a trade. He said, I want out of here. Detroit eventually shipped him to Houston for a 4th, a 7th, and, of course, trying to see if there was more juice in the Scrugs. Well, Billy, you see, that's called a joke. The Texans then inked Montgomery to a new $16.5 million contract, and I am such a poor. The 29-year-old still has juice left, and juice did leave. Well, Billy, you see, I cannot be stopped. He can bowl over defenders between the tackles, always falls forward, and he can be a plus in the passing attack. Montgomery's ability to find a sliver of space and gain tough yards will be a welcome sight in Houston, as they have a dog shit run game, which struggled mightily in short yardage and goal line situations. The Department of Redundancy department is in full swing over at NFL.com, huh? One would assume that a goal line situation would be short yardage. But I digress. Quote, he's all day tough. Oh, built all day tough. Offensive coordinator Nick Caley Nicky Calais. So Calais, there we go. He's Nick Calais. Nick Calais. Nick Calais said his body of work will speak for itself. He runs behind his pads, stays grounded. I'm glad he's not trying to flap his arms and fly away. Arm tackles aren't getting it done, especially if he's flying away. He's going to try to run through. Oh, he's on the ground. Gotcha. He's going to try to run through you every single chance. He can set guys up. He understands how to set blocks and to deliver and help deliver defenders to the blocker. Oh, he's good to know the pizza man's in town here. Fresher delivery. Yes, I got a fresh defender here for you, offensive lineman. Please do your job, please. Please do your fucking job so that the ball can be moved down the fucking field so I didn't sign $16.5 million contract. Go ahead and waste my career here in Houston. You look at his pass game production, he's just got a really good feel. He's refined like a fine wine. He takes a lot of pride in his route running because he's so refined. He brings a lot. That's one of many reasons why I'm really excited about him. He's very, very excited. He says, ooh, we got Monty. Monty generated 716 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns on 158 carries, a career low in 2025. Thanks, John Morton. Really appreciate it, bud. The veteran fills the void by Joe Mixon, who didn't play last year and was eventually released this offseason, and will pair with second-year back Woody Marks. The shifty Marks flashed some potential last season behind a struggling offensive line, but will be better suited in a tandem with the veteran, a.k.a. you ain't seeing the field, motherfucker. The change of pace youngster could take the third down role, but he won't. I'm very excited. Good. You just look at the clips at him with Jahmyr Gibbs. It looked like they were having so much fun out there. Yes, they were. I can attest to that. We all watched it. And it was awesome. And it's gone. Forever and ever. Never to be back. It's a party in the running back room, so we're looking to have that same joy him and Jahmyr Gibbs had bringing it down here to Houston. Gonna just tell you right now, bud, if that's your goal, you're already gonna set yourself up to fail because you're always gonna be the stepbrother, dude. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, bro, you're always gonna be the stepbrother, dude. You're basically like Houston. You know what I'm saying? It's like if somehow we like ported Knuckles over into another console. You know what I'm saying? It's like cool, but it just doesn't belong. You know what I'm saying? Knuckles belongs with Sonic here in the 313, and I even hate that whole Sonic and Knuckles thing. You know what I'm saying? But like it is what it is at this point, my guy. You know, there's no sense crying over spilled toothpaste. You know what they're saying? In Montgomery's first season in Detroit, he rushed for 1,015 yards and 13 beautiful touchdowns, while Gibbs, then a rookie, added 945 yards and 10 rushing scores. The Texans would be ecstatic with anything close to that outcome. Simply getting a consistent running game that can keep the chains moving and doesn't get pushed back on 3rd and 1 would be better than what we watched from Houston a year ago. Yes. Hopefully lightning can strike twice, but it's not gonna. It's not gonna. And I'm gonna tell you why. And it's not Jahmyr Gibbs. It's not David Montgomery. You guys don't have Dan Campbell. You don't have the ultimate motivator. And without the ultimate motivator, you're never going to get the best out of your players. You know what I'm saying, dude? So you might as well just pack it up, pack it in, and let me begin looking at the draft for the Houston Texans. If you're hoping to catch Monty and Gibbs magic down in Houston with Woody Spanks, is that his name? Woody Spanks? Woody Spanks and David Montgomery. It's not going to happen. Yeah, Monty can shoulder the load. But do you really want a 30-year-old running back shouldering the load? I mean, outside of a 1 year just like ground and pound, break him down. I'm not feeling too confident about that there, But I wish Monty the best, dude. I like David Montgomery. Always have. Liked him coming out of Iowa State. I like that style of running back. What can I say? I like Isaiah Pacheco for basically the same reasons. I mean, they're not a one-to-one thing. I do personally kind of like Monty a little bit more. Again, followed his career a little bit more, but hey, it's no big deal, though. We got Isaiah Pacheco to handle 158 carries. Why, though? Why? Well, Jahmyr Gibbs is in town. One Lions, a player that could earn his first team All-Pro nod in 2026. Guys, chat, who is it? Oh, my goodness gracious me. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. Who's that Pokemon? It's Jahmyr Gibbs. Duh. It's always... it's Jahmyr Gibbs again. You know what I'm saying? It's always Gibbs. Always Gibbs. Always Gibbs. Derp. Duh. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It was the God saying, well, hell yeah, dude. I say that I've been married for 24 years. Nice, dude. I say that, but I've been married. Nice. I can't write that shit. No, it is what it is. What up, though? What's going on, Moton? How you doing? You thought it was Enos. He goes, I thought it was Enos Rakestraw. No, sir. If only, right? If Enos was about to break out like that, dude, you know what I'm saying? I don't think we'd be so worried. But we can hope. We can hope that Enos somehow just like follows into that story that I'm like hoping that he can nail, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, think of that story, bro. 2nd round pick, all banged up, you know what I'm saying? About to bust out of the league. The guy drafted ahead of you, the big shiny 1st round pick, Terrion, the idiot Arnold, you know what I'm saying, goes and kidnaps people and does goofy things or whatever. He's allegedly false allegations and non-facts. But to then just like first team All-Pro. You know what I'm saying? That would be, look, dude, if there were pajamas to have for your cats, I think Enos Rakestraw being a first team All-Pro would be the best pajamas to have for your cats. You know what I'm saying? But in order for him to do that, he's going to have some bee's knees. Oh, my God. Oh, Billy. Well, Billy, you see what I'm doing here, Billy. They're called jokes. Ha ha. The Lions have had several representatives on the AP All-Pro teams over the past 3 years. Of course, Penny Sewell has been a first-team All-Selection each of the last 3 years, while wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kirby Joseph, and linebacker Action Jack Campbell have each been recognized in this fashion over that time frame. And then, of course, you guys know, in addition, defensive end Aiden Hutchinson also cracked last year's list with a second-team All-Pro nod. On account of the level of talent they have, the Lions seem to be in position to have plenty of players earn All-Pro recognition for years to come. One player who has yet to attain this level of accolade is running back Jahmyr Gibbs, which, admittedly, that's kind of surprising to think about, isn't it? The Alabama product has been proven to be one of the most electric players in the game in his first 3 seasons, but still has yet to earn what is considered to be the highest honor for an NFL player, aside from the MVP or Offensive Player of the Year. I have been told that it's the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. That's what I have been told by the NFL, that the Walter Payton Man of the Year award is the most prestigious honor. It's the highest honor that a man can get in the NFL. Well, evidently Christian Boer does not feel that same way. Of the Lions candidates turn All-Pro for the first time in the Big 2-6, Gibbs is at the top of the list. He is considered to be one of the best. He is the absolute best. Quit beating around the bush at his position in the league, and this could be proven financially if he indeed does sign what is rumored. He's going to make a shitload of money, making the highest paid back in the NFL, to be a market-setting contract extension, and he is worth every shiny wooden buffalo nickel. This is a well-earned for Gibbs, as he has had back-to-back seasons over 100 or over 1,000 yards, over 100 yards. I'd hope he'd have back-to-back seasons over 100 yards, and narrowly missed that plateau, dumbass, in his rookie season. He has proven to be an indispensable part of Detroit's offense, both with his rushing ability as well as how well he's produced as a receiver out of the backfield. Yes. One factor that could help his case is the fact that the Lions are committing to him as their bell cow running back. In his previous 3 seasons, Gibbs has been a part of a 2-back system with David Montgomery. However, as we talked about just a mere article ago, David Montgomery was traded to the Houston Texans this offseason. I don't know why you said offseason there. Hell, that's not a knife. David Montgomery's a knife. Yeah. Down to Houston there. Yeah, Houston. Whatever. I don't fucking know. Well, the Lions brought in Isaiah Pistachio to serve as the second option. By all accounts, they seem comfortable giving Gibbs a bigger role of the action in the Big 2-6. This could greatly benefit his chance of having another big year and allow him to get the All-Pro ranks. And he's going to say, money, 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 money. Pay me money, money, money. Bijan was selected to the AP first-team All-Pro running back last year, and he had an impact similar to what Gibbs has had for Detroit. If Gibbs can use what should be a bigger role to his advantage in the Big 2-6, he could surpass the likes of Robinson and Philadelphia's Saquon Barkley and earn his way to the top of the ranks. Yes. If Gibbs has to have another big season, he could not only earn All-Pro honors for the first team, but he could also be right in the mix for the NFL Offensive Player of the Year award. Well, you guys tell me, do you think when Jahmyr Gibbs rushes for more than 2,000 yards this year and has more than 20 or has at least 26 offensive touchdowns, do you think he wins Offensive Player of the Year? I think that's exactly what would have happened. I was completely out on Enos, but I'm rooting for him. He seems like a good guy. Probably done, but he makes a season. Dude, Cody, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I was already, I was like, fuck it, dude. Let's see what Abney's got. You know what I'm saying? But I'm rooting for the story. You know what I'm saying? You got to root for the underdog, dude. You know what I'm saying? I hope he just, comes out there and takes care of business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hell yeah, Mr. Detroit City, hashtag USA. Happy 4th, everyone. We just got back from the mountains of West Virginia. Hell yeah, Sam. That's what's up, dude. West Virginia, bro. Nice, dude. Nice little freedom out there, dude. That's where the Timcast studios are at, dude. And they actively talk about how nice and free West Virginia is, dude. How there isn't all this commie gobbledygook everywhere, Not like it is here in Michigan, dude. Not like it is here in this fucking... Dude, it's bad when, I work out, in a different city now. You know what I'm saying? And the guys in that city are like, when we come up to Lansing, we're like, holy shit, the roads are really terrible. And I'm like, yeah. And this is the capital city. These are the last 5 cornerbacks the Lions should sign. A to Z Sports, the Slipper, Mike Payton. Oh. Guys, this is a good one. I like this article that he wrote up here. So before we get into it, hit that share button, copy the link down below. We are going to be running tonight a little bit short, all right? Just a little bit, one, it's Tuesday. And yes, it's White People Taco Night down here at the Hat and Beard Studio, or Grandma Studio 1. We are having tacos tonight, and yeah, I like to help make the taco. So I like helping making tacos. It's fun. We like to cook together. It is what it is, but it's White People Taco Night here at Grandma Studio 1 at the Hat and Beard Show. And also, just a little irritating of a day. You know what I'm saying? A little irritating of a day. Got to do that old... it's like, guys, this is like my favorite thing. Let me know, chat. Let me know if this is your favorite thing as well. Isn't it super awesome when you're doing a project and they're like, hey, we need you to do it this way. And you're like, okay, but it's not going to work because of X, Y, and Z. And they're like, whatever, you're dumb. And I'm like, okay, so I fucking do it. And then they're like, oh, that's not going to work because of X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I fucking told you that. So they're like, well, do it like this. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work either because of X, Y, and Z. And they're like, whatever, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, okay, I'm stupid. I'm a big fucking idiot. And then for the third time, I get to install something because they're like, oh my God, it's not going to work because the fix was. I'm like, no shit. Fucking idiot. That was a little irritating. I'm not going to lie. That was a little irritating, but it is what it is. But what was really irritating was when I'm up here, getting ready to do the show, and I hear the fish going fucking bananas downstairs, and I'm like, oh, that's not a good bark, because she's not a very vocal dog, so I go downstairs. Well, of course, because evidently it's really hard for these fucking idiots who live down the road from me. And I understand. I get it, because we have had to like collectively dumb down society and like suppress the IQ of the population to be more accommodating to people from around the world. We've had to lower the American IQ to make them feel better, right? So, I just, swim through a sea of dumbasses all the time. But, my God, dude. I am so sick and tired of people's fucking dogs coming in my fucking yard. I don't have a fenced-in yard, right? And we keep our dogs under control. You know what I'm saying? What am I to do if, say, Hat and Boobs is out with the dog, and their dogs decide to come into my yard and something bad happens? What am I to do? Because we all know what is right and just for me to do. But because I am this, of course, then, well, I end up with a fucking felony somehow. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely getting out of fucking control, dude. It really is getting out of fucking control. Because, I do not understand how difficult it is to, and my God, if you can't keep track of your fucking dogs, y'all motherfuckers have kids. What in the flying fuck are they doing? You know what I'm saying, dude? Oh, bro. Oh. Cost of living on the spaceport is so cheap. Hell yeah. Deep Creek Lake, Maryland is freaking amazing on the border of West Virginia and Maryland. Nice, dude. What do we think we go after Brown's Corner? That's a question for Raw. That's a question for Raw, dude. And I think we know who he's going to say is you're going to want to give up a first rounder for Denzel Ward. I'll give a third and a third. I'll give a third and a third. Yeah. I'll give a third and a third for Denzel Ward because I'm cheap. Honestly, guys, the reality is, look, I don't know, okay? I don't know, but I don't see it being a Brad Holmes move to go after a corner. I think he overloaded through free agency with re-signing and then drafting Keith Abney. I think he already positioned himself. Oh shit. Oh, okay. They're just barking at the chickens. And that's the other thing is I'm worried. I feel like my neighbor's dogs are fucking wild. You know what I'm saying? And bro, and it's not even their dogs. It's down the road neighbors' dogs, and I'm worried about my neighbors' dogs because they're you know what I mean? It's just bad, dude. You know what I'm saying? And we got assholes driving 40 miles an hour up and down the road like a bunch of jackasses. Oh, I'm so old. I'm so fucking old, man. Oh my God. I just don't see Brad making a move. He doesn't move. He doesn't do this. If he does, it's gonna be a Nick Whiteside style level caliber of player to come in and be a body. That's what's gonna happen, dude. Because look, all right, so we're gonna go Reed, we're gonna go Rock, we're gonna go McCreary, right? And then you're gonna drag Abney, Whiteside, right? And then look, you're gonna carry more than 5 corners when you're gonna have Eisen and Maddox, who can both play corner, and Thomas Harper, and a fourth safety, theoretically either Joseph or Dan Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Brad is gonna make a move. I really don't. I don't see Brad giving up a third, honestly. I wish he would. He throws them away. Yeah, Cody, and that's why I'm like, take the third. You know what I'm saying? Because Brad just throws them away in the draft, dude. My dogs are fenced in the area when they're outside. My neighbor's dogs are in or not fenced part all the time. It's ridiculous. Dude, yeah, dude. Rick, bro. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. Ward that played for the Niners. Does he? No, I thought it was Denzel Ward, dude. Brad Helms has no choice to revitalize his 24 draft, one of the worst ever. Yeah, so 24 was Arnold, Rakestraw, Manu, fuck, I can't think of anybody else. Sorsdahl? Who the fuck did we take in the 24 draft, you guys? It's not which is the case I think is a good thing. Our cornerbacks are just, yeah, that's fair, dude. They are Jags, dude. We don't have one cornerback that can convince me. I'll give you this, Motown. I will agree that like right now they're Jags. I do think that DJ Reed is actually pretty good. I do think Reed has juice. I think Reed has juice. Does that make sense? The best thing for our corners, and I hate beating this dead horse, is, of course, Kirby Joseph. That's the best thing for our corners. You know what I'm saying? Christian Mahogany. There you go. Okay, for sure. Mahogany is the only decent one. Yeah, okay. That's when yeah. Mahogany and Wingu, right? We got Wingu in like the 6th. Yeah, dude. So unless Rakestraw, like, you're going to have Mahogany make like a Pro Bowl this year, or at least grade out at like a plus 80 PFF, and Rakestraw do basically the same for that draft class to be salvaged in any arguable position. Because if not, yeah, that is the worst draft class ever. That 24 class. Yeah. Yep. What? Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think you're right on that. Yeah. It sounds like we're deep enough at corner. And Sam, that's kind of what I'm thinking, dude, is that like we're pretty like it's hard to say, like, I like the term deep. I don't want to say loaded, but we have bodies that are serviceable at worst. At best, I do think Reed could be a Pro Bowl caliber player. I do. Rock Ya-Sin, not so much, but I'm confident enough. Does that make sense? I'm not like jerking off about it, but I'm confident enough. You know what I'm saying? Reed solid 2. We could use a solid 1. Yeah, Cody. There. Okay. Yeah, that's like you're asking Robin to play Batman with Reed. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, just let him go to Bloodhaven and be Nightwing over at the cornerback 2. Quit trying to ask Dick Grayson to masquerade as as Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. You need to get a Bruce Wayne to actually be Batman over there at the corner 1, and Reed can be a solid, Dick Grayson over at the CB2. That I'm fine with. I'm totally good with the idea of he's a solid corner 2. Unfortunately, he has to be the one right now. Giant douche or turd sandwich. You know what I'm saying, bro? Giant douche or turd sandwich. That's what we're at, dude. I think it'll be a solid 2 at best. You can't wait for JJ. Hell, I mean, Watson is a tough cover for him. Yeah, dude. Reed doesn't have... Well, and both of those guys, JJ and Christian Watson, are both bigger, and that's so if you follow the trend of the NFL, you go speed for a while with wide receivers. So to counter speedy small wide receivers, you get smaller corners, right, who can get in and really fight with them. And to then defeat the smaller corner, you bring in a bigger wide receiver, which then you need to bring in a bigger defensive back to counter and fight with the bigger wide receiver. Well, to get away from that, you bring in a smaller wide receiver. So it's this constant ebb and flow, which is why you need to have both, right? And both, ideally, we have a cornerback 1A, 1B who can interchange depending on, okay, guess what, bud? Dildo Baggins, you covered JJ all day. You know what I'm saying? With a ferocious pass rush, Vildor could look good. Yeah, that's true, bro. That's true. Despite our rival shitty teams, they got good wide receivers. We face our cornerbacks are ass, plain and simple. Are they, though? Other than JJ. Watson's always hurt. Reed's always hurt. Moore's no longer in Chicago. So Luther Burden, or not Luther Burden, what's his name? Rome Odunze? I don't know, man. I think the Bears are phony. I really do. I don't believe in the Bears. But that's not to say that I'm jerking off about our strength at cornerback. You know what I'm saying? When our D-line starts locking down JJ, we can talk. Okay, that's fair. But he is wrong. Or he's not wrong, though, Motown. Statistically, a good pass rush does make up for deficiencies on the back end by generating ill-advised and off-timed throws. So, I mean, statistically, he's not wrong. But to that point, coverage sacks are real, too. Right, one hand washes the other. It's a symbiont circle. You know what I'm saying? The Gungans and the Naboo. You know what I mean? That's what we got going on there. And unfortunately, right now, it feels like the Naboo are the defensive line, and we got a bunch of Jar Jar Binks back there playing a corner. You know, if we could get maybe get a couple of Jedi to go and help help the Gungan city break the Trade Federation, the blockade around the Naboo. You know. Holy fuck. You know what it was? I think I might have been around a little too much aluminum fumes today. But the problem was that the light was so green and it smelled so good. The Lions need a starting cornerback. That much is clear after Terrion Arnold era ended following a tumultuous 2 seasons and an even rougher offseason. The Lions need someone who can step in and play on the outside. Not just a name that Lions fans recognized from years past. There are plenty of options worth pursuing, but there are also several the Lions should avoid entirely. A lot of fans have thrown names around on social media, and some of those names just don't make sense for this roster. Let's break down 5 cornerbacks the Lions should stay away from and why. Number 1, Marshawn Lattimore. I'm just going to tell you right now because he's washed up. The connection here is obvious. Lattimore is a former first-round pick out of New Orleans, and you can understand why fans would tie him to Dan Campbell's time with the Saints. He played in a defense similar to what Aaron Glenn ran and what Kelvin Shepard is running now. But here's the thing. On January 8th, Lattimore was arrested in Ohio on charges of failing to disclose a concealed weapon, and that's not his first arrest. He was also arrested in 2021 for possession of a handgun. You'd be trading one legal issue for another, and that's something the Lions just do not want to deal with right now. But if he can still ball, look, I will go down and be Marshawn Lattimore's personal firearms handler. Just pay me a small 10% of whatever his salary is, and I'll just do that. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, in fact, I'll even, keep them in working order. 15%, 10% of Lattimore's salary, okay? Plus he has to buy ammo. And what I'll do is I will, whatever force multiplying devices that he has, I will not only make sure that he is within all legal rights of carrying and exercising, even though shall not be infringed is wildly being infringed. I will also make sure that every force multiplier has at least 1,000 rounds weekly ran through it. Myself, right? I'll do it myself. I'll take on that burden. And I'll also clean it all. How's that? For just a small 10% of his salary, and he pays for the ammo. Bingo, bango, bongo. Problem solved. On top of that, Lattimore hasn't played well since leaving New Orleans. Well, shit. Wow. Fiddlesticks. In his time with the Commies, he posted a 56.8 PFF grade and a 53.2 Pro Football Focus grade. He only played weeks 1 through 9 last season and has dealt with injuries in 24 and 22 as well. It's a name you know. I get that. But the Lions don't want Lattimore. Yes. Trayvon Diggs, that's a name I know. I get it. In 21, Diggs had 11 interceptions, and everyone thought he was going to take over the world. He fell off hard after that. The 2022 season was fine. He dealt with injuries in 23. The 24 season didn't look good. Dallas let him go in 2025. Green Bay picked him up, played him in one game, gave him exactly one snap in the wildcard game against the Bears, and then let him walk. He has remained unsigned. Yes, he's just 28 years old, but outside of those 11 interceptions, Diggs was never really that good of a player. He just kind of looked like it. It's similar to how the Bears defense last season wasn't actually good, but because they forced so many turnovers, it masked all the issues. Diggs' ball production masked a lot of coverage problems. He doesn't fit what the Lions need. Yes, I agree. Kenny Moore.
Are you a teacher?
What the hell?
Teacher or school employee?
Get out of here. Nobody likes you. Go away, ad. I don't like this. Get out. Cool. Cool. I guess we're just stuck in the ad. Get out of here. This is bullshit. Oh, this is bullshit. Oh, this is such bullshit. It's not even a targeted ad. Like, it's not even something that I give a fuck about. Okay, now how do I close? Where's the X button? Where's the X button? Oh, this is bullshit. Oh. How do you like me now? Now that I'm on my way. You used to think I'm crazy standing here today. Kenny Moore! Oh, god damn it. I gotta do all this. Oh my god. This is driving me nuts. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go away. Go away. Nobody likes you, Kenny Moore. This is the guy I hear about all the time. Why won't the Lions go get Kenny Moore? Because they don't need him. Moore is a slot corner. The Lions already have a good situation with McCreary. They also have Christian Eisen, Avonte Maddox, and the rookie Keith Abney, whom they just drafted and expected to play in the slot. I know he's a name everyone keeps bringing up, but Moore plays a position Detroit doesn't need to fill. The Lions need an outside corner. That's not what Moore is. He's been a slot corner his whole career, for the most part, and he was very good at it. If the Lions needed a slot corner, I'd say go get him 100%. They don't. Lay off the Kenny Moore idea. I'm telling you, I like this article that the Slipper wrote. Tre'Davious White. I think White had maybe 2 good seasons, and those were a while ago. Since then, it has been a steep decline. He dealt with injuries in 21, 22, 23, and 24. Got traded, went back to Buffalo in 25, started most of the season, and was just okay. He's going to be 32 years old soon. So old. Oh. The Lions need someone who can come in and play. Pretty much anybody they go after at this point, assuming they don't trade, is going to be a 1-year rental. You'd at least like that rental to be a little younger and have played recently some good football. I just don't know if White is that guy for Detroit. And finally, Artie Burns. No, I'm not making this up. I don't get why fans are bringing up Artie Burns. Yes, he's a former first-round pick, 25th overall. He was a starter in 2017 and has not been a starter since. The snap counts tell the story. 308 snaps in 2018, 67 in 2019, 254 in 2021, 16 in 22 in 23, 223 in 23, 51 in 24, and he did not play in 2025. That guy has barely played, and he's not the answer to the Lions' cornerback problem. Not at all. The Lions have a real need at outside cornerback, and settling for a familiar name with red flags or a poor fit would be the wrong move. Detroit should keep looking for the right guy, not just any guy. Like a just a guy? You mean a jag? Damn, Billy. I cannot be stopped today. Ha ha. Well, Billy, that's going to be it for today's show, Billy. I want to thank you for stopping by the Hat and Beard Show. Of course, we will be live again tomorrow at the 7 to 8 p.m. Feel free to swing on by, Billy, and say hi, right? Maybe drop a like button on your way out, or tell all your friends about all the fun times you had here at the Hat and Beard Show. Yeah, I think maybe a little too much aluminum. Anyway, have a good rest of the night, guys. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Until tomorrow night at 7 p.m., I, of course, am James with the Hat and Beard Show, and you, well, you're an attentive audience. All right, bud? Until then, bonga bonga. Frig off.